Well, team fighting power can struggle a little bit with range into some of the champions on DN Freecs. We don't really have guaranteed lockdown for Ezreal, so Berserker can be a problem. Also playing into Skarner, Alistar, I do think that's a bit iffy. Because so Life tried to knock him back into his team as Dudu.
Oh, Dudu's in a lot of trouble. The exhaust getting some big value as the Ghost was used by Dudu, but no flash. Means he's still safe. Sponge did not have flash himself because he had to use it to get away from the Alistar, which means that the gank amounts to nothing.
Sponge does have Smite though, as does Pyosik though. I think Pyosik should get this. There it is, free grubs. That's the way the cookie crumbles, Valdez. No.
Well said.
Yeah, nothing there for DRX.
Flash, you're in a lot of trouble. Like, you might be able to set up something if your team...
Andel?
Yeah, he just flashed in place.
He also does not...
DRX?
Does not have
Are you okay?
Cookies.
Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Yes. Okay.
No!
Well, we got an engage here on a Dudu as everything's missing, but it doesn't matter. They still kill him, and first blood is finally had.
You know, only a single plate has been taken.
UCal does have flash. Looks like Pyosik doesn't want to throw out an ult, just trying to bait a flash. Dudu, there were pings in the river, but he did not see them. He's dead again, and this time it is Teddy who picks up the kill in the top lane. Andil and Sponge there to get the kill.
Flashback, which is good. Could have had that up, but wasn't the case. It's UCal.
Uh-oh, in a bit of trouble. You see the ult and trying to just peel for him, but he's just a Corky. The stun comes in and UCal says, I'm dead. I'm not even gonna flash. No real reason to. Andil also gets caught in the crossfire. Sponge, he tried desperately to help them, but instead, this is DNF picking up 2 kills.
Something really silly. Quite thin, Valdez. And UCal, unfortunately there, did not walk on the right side of that line.
He does walk the line very often, but this
that
time
was not it.
That's kind of important to this story.
There's only one good one.
But yeah, Challengers is great, so that team understands.
I'm not no bro anti, but it's blow it up as Bulldog.
Oh, this time right on the mark, and Bulldog just had no chance. It just came at him so quickly. It was pretty much a free kill, so nicely done by Sponge. It's been very proactive on the Sejuani, making the ganks happen. This time he gets another one.
That was a long amount of time as Andela.
He's just hanging out. Pyosik is also here. So he's going to get locked into the wall and the Impale. And again, Andil also has his flash, but doesn't bother to use it. That's becoming a theme in this game.
UCal's going to get the topside turret. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be feats going to DRX. Just... I want to see a team. I want to see a team fight. I've not been the biggest fan of how these two teams have moved around the map. I imagine that's what was spammed when we talked about the cookies. You know, G-Sun with Sunnies just eating a cookie.
Yeah. Probably.
Art still procs.
Wow, Life found a great angle here on a UCal as the Impale does fly in a direction, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, now we're just TPing in to die. Dudu's just dead. And so maybe Life, he gets a 3-man knockup, but he can only live for so long. Meanwhile, Pyosik's like, why'd you knock him into me? I didn't want to fight that. As he's going to run away. Bulldog also on the run here. Hops the wall. Rich doesn't look like he'll follow up. So that's a good team fight for DRX at least, regardless of how it looked.
How does Life knock UCal into his team and then somehow UCal is just fine, flash. So like, so they use all their ults and then Dudu TPs!
Yeah.
Into 5 people!
By his entire team.
Well, the game's not over. But I do think that DRX is going to be feeling pretty good because the team fighting is amazing, right? And I do still think that the DN Freecs comp has a lot of power. Pressure in mid, then rotating into the enemy jungle, setting up UCal safely for side. UCal, by the way, is going to hit his 2-item power spike, and he's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just UCal either. I mean, he's hitting his 2-item power spike. So you got to find UCal, but he's relatively safe. They have a very strong front line. There's just not a lot of value for her, I think, in this situation. As nice little knock-up, Andil going to throw out the ult just to try to survive, as now TP's coming in, but Andil's already dead. Life on the run. He is going to flash away, but the ult goes into Pyosik as he's desperately running away. from the woman with scissors as Rich is just running forward into all of them and doing incredible amounts of damage. The flash on in to secure the kill as well. Just the icing on the cookie.
By the end of it, Rich is fed. He's shredding people. DRX team fighting well against the world. I think pyosik has been fine, but his ultimates have also unfortunately not been it. As, you guys couldn't see the expression that Elvis made, but
yeah,
very funny.
Uh-oh. Bulldog on the run. The flash forward, of course, UCal's going to go for it. He's got Otacon as he picks up a kill. That will be his second of the contest. And that's what happens when you try to play up against a 1-3-1 and actually take fights when you're this far behind.
It'll be nice here, but the Dragon is something that's a future problem. You know, DN Freecs did pick up one Drake of their own, but it feels like they are, and this is something that kind of surprised me during LCK Cup as well. They feel like a team. You know, there's been games where Rich just ends up falling too far behind. There's games where Sponge just doesn't really get anything going. A full item and a half up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe UCal jumps into pyosik again. That's how they can win. I can see it.
Yeah, well, pyosik's going to jump into UCal, and there is the Impale, the equalizer over the top, but also the bullet time is going to do quite a number. Both of the supports are out of this one. Rich, though, is just so fed. He's going so deep for this. He takes him down, but that's a 1-for-1, and Berserker's full health. An angle for him to maybe get something going. It ends up being an equal trade between the two teams, but Berserker got like 900 gold from Rich. Eventually a Cloud Soul as well. Your scaling is fantastic. The Valkyrie in actually baits DNF into a fight that is not good for them. Rich going extremely deep, but this time he is able to get away with it as continuing to chase them down does go into Zhonya's, which ends up being totally fine. Little ult here, bullet time comes in from Teddy, goes into the barrier. And he gets a bit low himself as Bulldog going in. There's the Impale on a UCal, but it is a debate once again. That's going to be another kill. No, they're all going so deep and getting taken down by Berserker once again. Looks like Bulldog did pick up the one kill.
It happened. So
after he re-engaged.
Yeah, Rich goes in, and then Teddy tries to look for the kill. A lot of resources just being invested here by DRX, and then UCal.
And it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah.
Unreal.
Uh-oh. We got a Rel in trouble. And yeah, it's just kind of free. The Impale is down, but it's kind of a broken play. You see Sponge as well in a lot of trouble. He's going to be taken down. DRX, what is happening? As DNF, they will take full advantage of this. As here comes the Skarner. No flashy Valkyrie's in because he doesn't have anywhere to go. It's a trade, but he only gets the Alistair.
Sponge is getting caught off guard. Rich is very strong.
He's
very scary,
right?
as is Teddy.
Yeah.
They have to. Yeah, they can't do this.
He's gonna send
damage.
And Bulldog's just dead. Okay.
Berserker
is tanking the Baron as a true shot barrage hits the Otacon pit.
Don't do that to him.
Oh yeah.
they barely got the cancel because of the shit.
Okay. Well, he did go through the wall quite a lot, but I think he's just dead. All right. Well, they killed pyosik. So the joy of DNF was very short-lived.
What a game! So when UCal goes in,
he is the strongest.
Exactly.
Right? Well, we got a little engage onto Rumble, as Dudu's actually pretty tanky. He's got a lot of health. And it's not going to amount to too much. Berserker just okay, gonna Arcane Shift over the wall. There goes both the sums. As now the Impale comes in, but it's not quite okay. They're gonna actually take out Rich. They get the Gwen. I didn't even realize that Gwen was in there. UCal Valkyrieing in once again, as he will have to flash away from that. Berserker, he wants more, but they're gonna hold him back for now.
You can only make jokes so many times.
You can keep on saying that, Chronicler.
Before it's not funny anymore. Look at Berserker. Get him a team. He's 6-0 and 6. He came from LTA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He went into the, the time chamber. He got much stronger. He came back. And now they're really putting him to the test.
Yeah, they are.
Life wants blood. He wants more.
DRX, this is good. 1-4. Keep UCal safe.
Engage onto Skarner. And they're going to get the flash. And there goes UCal, and he's going to take him out. But will he survive? It looks like yes, he absolutely will. Just shreds two of them to pieces. Even Bulldog goes down as well. It looks like finally it's paid off for UCal. A Penta in the works if he can get over there, but it's not going to happen. Teddy takes the kill. Dudu also goes down. It's an ace. And finally, we will have a winner of this game. But truly, it was the viewers of this game that win this one. It's down look at the Nexus. DRX win in 36 minutes. And it's a clean 1-0. Nothing to see.
Keep it cool.
Keep it together.
Keep it together, because
Keep it together, Chronicler.
even though this was extremely obvious, you yourself banned Nico, which, by the way, would have been great here. Like, they're playing a almost full melee comp.
Guy. Although I do know that you play rogues most of the time for some weird reason.
Well, so I like the idea of rogues, but I'm obviously not.
It doesn't match your personality at all.
Not even. I'm also
the exact opposite. Maybe that's why you play it, right?
I'm also not dexterous or like have great fine motor skills. That's all kind of cooked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think it would be Paladin or Bard, most likely.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, obviously.
Yes,
That's a
that is me. I do play Wizard in pretty much every...
Counter ult. Sponge might have an opportunity to kill him here. I would be sad because that would interrupt our great conversation. We haven't got to G-Sun yet.
We got to go down the whole list. We're just going to stop the back here. Sponge, level 7. But buying time for Pyosha to try to make his way down. The TP comes in as well. But Dudu, oh, the nice flash, but he's still going to go down. Can they get a response kill is the question. Bulldog took about 8 years to get here.
There. Cross map does come out here for DN Freecs. They're going to play for the Grubbies. We'll see if Sponge can steal one. Definitely wants to, but they do have enough people here. But if he queues over the wall, he doesn't have flash, so we'll just be queuing to his death. Making the right call not to go for that.
Yeah. Either you take the fight or you just don't kill even one turret. That did happen in game 1. As the arrow, very on point. The engage comes through as the Renata, if she's stunned the whole time, not very good on the disengage. So a nice little pick off for the for DRX. As they will pick that one up.
He's already being set up here, or an attempt rather. I don't think they can kill Dudu. He has his ultimate available. It looks like Dayre does as well. Like, Yugo doesn't have that much damage. Does mean that this Drake is just going to be given up. So DRX, kind of a fumble here. Sponge looks for a play. Might kill Berserker.
Yeah, Berserker, he already flashed, so you can't get even further away from the Vi. It only flashes once, and so he's just dead. Something that's in reality with us.
Okay, we're going to get a fight.
Sometime.
Actual 5v5. DN Freecs, this is where you're strong. You have a ton of CC. Don't let Teddy play the game. Absorb their dive, and then counter-engage. You got this. You can do it. Oh, maybe they just get it? I think DRX is too late. There you go. That did a thing. Oh, don't engage.
I applaud your play-by-play, Chronicler. Yeah. If we're close enough, you engage into us and we win team fights. If the execution is there. Nice knockback on a Berserker here, though. Gonna throw his cleanse out, but now we've got the Renata in a lot of trouble. As there's the engage, the Mbessa from the bottom rope, as now Pyosha gonna go down in life as well, as it is a very broken up team fight for the side of DNF. And you know who just loves broken up team fights is the team with all the engage, where every single character can just run at you one by one and take them down. As now looking for Berserker. Oh, he does have his flash, but he is not gonna use it as UCal nearly dies. Oh no, he's just gonna die to the turret. There you go. Very low health bars, and DRX saying thank you very much for the Drake.
I think UCal was a little bit too slow with his E there, because Berserker didn't get stunned, right? I think he would have died otherwise. All right, so Drake goes to DRX, DN Freecs, and this is something like, we've been having a lot of fun, right? We've been memeing a lot, but I do actually think that as good as the composition is, we saw there the one
vibes,
thing.
Like, nobody can beat those vibes, except, well, all the teams that beat the LCK Cup. But let's ignore that.
Oh, what a weird and wonderful series this is, Valdez.
Yeah, it's kind of just like farming UCal highlight reels. Like reaction, he's like reaction Andy, and we're just sitting here, we're just like YouTube watchers, just like,
We do.
it's okay, nobody's perfect. Here comes UCal, looking for Bulldog. And again, Rich is extremely fed, so just going to land that one onto the easy Galio. Chain CC for such a long time, and Bulldog just does not have a way out of that one with the wall behind him and no help from his team. That's just going to be another setup kill from UCal. And yeah, they're going to lose a turret for it as well, so...
Holy. Yes.
Right, it was like Pyosik and Life hitting this for the longest time. Berserker was hiding on Bush.
They know.
Yeah, they know, and they have 7 different ways to engage. Now,
Right?
DNF...
This is a choke point.
Yeah, they got to the objective first. They're forcing DRX's hands. DNF are, as it is going to be smoked down. DNF get it, but the flowers are all going over to DRX, who have position as they take down a bunch of the flowers. There is the arrow in a Bulldog, but the Mikhails comes forward as now the Renata ult is fantastic, and everybody's grouped up for it. There's the engage, there's the trap finally coming to light for DNF. As will they be able to follow up and get any? Rich is going insane mode, and he continues to press that W key. He's just running into them. And yeah, it's just going to be a little bit too heavy on the wallets. That's about as good of an engage as you could hope for DNF on the counter there after they take down the Otacon, but it's just not enough.
They did the thing! It worked! Actually, if they weren't that far behind, that fight, they would have crushed it. Actually getting value from the ultimate, kiting back, absorbing the initial blow, but they were...
Zero turrets.
They found the ward, by the way. They found the ward. And that's more insult than... That's not the right phrase.
Adding insult to injury.
Kind of. Yeah, that hurts more than it helps, right?
Now they go in.
Yeah, now they go in.
I mean, you have to try. This is a Hail Mary. AK gold behind.
Well, it's better to have tried than to have done
Almost
nothing.
worked last time.
Yeah. Sponge is coming around the back here. There's also a wall. Pyosik is alone in the Baron pit. There's the World Ender, as they say to DRX, you must come into us once again. But that is going to be the kill of the Baron going over to DNF, as now the Renata only going to hit Sponge, as he does go down in a big taunt in the front line, but Bulldog has no follow-up from his teammates. They can't get past the Braum. And the damage of Teddy is just disgusting right now, as Ingo's Rich as well, just punching them down. And that should be the end of this fight. Everybody getting chunked out by the 2 carries of DRX. And you got the Baron, but that's not the game. Looks like DRX should take the 2-0 tonight.
DRX not going to give up a single turret. 3-16 here, and the 2-0 that they got in the play-ins just continued here, as there is nothing that the DN Freecs can do. Really did feel like in this game, you know, and in the last game, it's frustrating. It feels like outside of Berserker going, the proactive moments are just not working out, right? We're not seeing Pyosik go in. We're not seeing Life find angles. Dudu is not able to really match up.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.